Small jobs shouldn't cost you massive effort, and yet suddenly overnight, now they do. It never used to be this way. Small jobs felt small because that's exactly what they were. The big stuff felt difficult, yeah, but those things didn't happen very often. A full day at work might have felt tiring once or twice a week. Now the idea of going in just makes you feel exhausted. A lot of people I've met and spoken to suffer with this problem, and the one thing they all tell me is that they think they're lazy or broken, and they're not, and neither are you. You're not lazy or broken for feeling this way. This is what happens when responsibility, regulation, and trying to take 5 damn minutes for yourself just compete with each other all the time. Your brain doesn't get to any point where it goes, and now we can switch off. And because your brain never switches off, after long enough, that constant whirring away, all of that adds up. And because it has nowhere to go, it's not like each day is a clean slate. Each day is a new chance to build on the pressure that's already there. So eventually, what happens is the mental capacity that you had starts out being quite big and it ends up being absolutely minuscule to the point where even small tasks you either dread, don't want to do, or they feel like so much effort you want to have a lie down afterwards. And it affects us in lots of ways, not just in how much effort something costs. Like going out with your mates. Now you're like, I don't really want to go. I'm too tired. Being able to manage day-to-day tasks now suddenly takes you all the energy you had before really you've even finished them. These things don't just happen overnight. It's a build-up of pressure, responsibility, and it's a lack of anywhere for any of that to go. And I've struggled with this myself for years and years. I'm a dad of three. I care for my partner. I have responsibilities both in and out of my house. I'm trying to build a YouTube channel and a brand. I have a lot on my plate most of the time. And all of that tends to happen in my house. It's very rare that I get a break where I can go and be a different person somewhere else. All of this happens in the same place. So I'm all of these people all of the time. So I do understand what it feels like. And I don't think I'm broken. I don't think you're broken. I just think we haven't been shown a way to manage this without it being turned into another task or another responsibility. So when I looked for all the advice, and all I found were things like try journaling, rest for an hour, take an hour out of your day, try these breathing exercises. It's not like they didn't work because it was bad advice. More often than not, I just didn't even know where to start, or I didn't have the time to do it. And if you can relate to that, then I do genuinely feel for you, because being in that place is awful. It's awful. There's no clever sentence going with that. It's shit. That's what it is. Out of desperation, I tried to find my own way through it because I simply couldn't cope with adding more pressure to earn rest, to earn that time to myself, to I couldn't deal with putting more on myself to try to take stuff off myself. The cost outweighed the reward every time because I didn't have the mental space left to pay the cost people were asking for. What I came up with is something I now call a 1% reset. When I first came up with it, it was any time to myself I can possibly get. The 1% reset works quite simply in that it's not asking you for a lot of time. 2 minutes here, 5 minutes here. What we're talking about is the space between the tasks, between the responsibilities. If you're going home from taking your kids to school, if you're on the way to work in the morning, if you're making hot drinks or doing some dishes, these are the times that we can take either as a 1% reset or what I call a shared reset. A shared reset is the easiest on ramp into this. So if you're doing dishes, say for instance, instead of standing there staring into the soap bubbles, wondering why you feel so damn tired all the time, put on a bit of music in the background, something you like, something that you don't mind singing along to, whatever it might be. All it does is it just forces your brain to listen to that. And by listening to that music or that podcast or If you've got like somewhere handy, like a windowsill or something, you can put your phone and you can see it, put on an episode of something or a bit of a YouTube video. Because your brain is listening to that, it's not thinking of the 800 other things you've got to do this week. It's not panicking about what you haven't got done yet. It's not thinking ahead to the next task. It's automatically just switching off for the 5 minutes it takes you to wash the dishes. A 1% reset is even easier than that. If, say, for instance, you've got to pick your kids up at 3:30 and you get there at 20 past, instead of getting out of the car and waiting by the gate, instead of going up to the classroom and loitering there, spend 5 minutes in the car before you go up. And just take that time to read a bit of a book, have a scroll on your phone, reply to messages from your mates, whatever it might be. Take 5 minutes that's not claimed by anybody, where you're not in the middle of a task that's already happening, and just do something you like doing in that time. I know it sounds like telling you to suck eggs, but it's one thing doing it. It's another thing entirely getting into the mindset to be able to do it. That's why the 1% reset works in the way that it does, because it's not asking you to learn a new skill or be a different person. It's not even asking you a time you haven't got. It's just asking you to see the time differently. Like cement between bricks. The wall is made of bricks. The cement holds the bricks together. You are that cement. All we're trying to do is make the cement strong enough to hold the bricks together. That's how the 1% reset works. And there is a free resource on this in the description below. And if you want it, it's there. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no buy now, pay later. There's no hidden anything with this. It takes you through to a sign up sheet. You fill it out. I send you the PDF, and that's it. And then if you want to ask any questions, you've got an email address. You can reach out to me. Again, that costs you nothing either. All we're trying to do is make the constant pressure not constant. And if that's for 5 minutes a day, it's more than nothing. If that's 5 minutes every couple of hours, that's even better. The one thing that I will tell you that I've heard, not just in my own experience, but I've heard from other people that I've helped to start doing this, is the more of this they did, if they found a benefit in it, which most people, to be fair, have done, they come back and they tell me, like, I found more resets the longer I did it. And that's how it's supposed to work. If you start doing this and you find that it helps, your brain naturally goes, I want to do more of this. And because if you overthink, if you're someone that manages a lot of responsibilities, your brain's always thinking ahead to the next thing. What it starts doing, almost subconsciously, is it starts working out where your other resets can be in your day without costing you time you haven't got. So that time making everybody's lunches before they get out of bed in the morning suddenly becomes a reset you didn't know you had. If you want any more help or you want to ask any more questions, by all means, comment below in the descriptions. By all means, download the PDF and reach out in an email, whatever it is you want to do. I want to come back and say one more thing to you. If everything feels like effort, that does not mean you're lazy. If everything feels like effort, it does not mean you're broken. What it means is you're a good person who's trying to do the best they can for everybody else without giving time for yourself a second thought. And taking the reset doesn't require effort. It doesn't require it to be overcomplicated. There's even a list of available chances for a reset in this resource. So to try and take all the thinking out of it, all you do is pick a couple, give them a try, and see what happens. And if it doesn't work out for you, you've lost nothing because it costs nothing. Whatever you go away thinking, I genuinely hope this video has helped you. And if it has done, then this video has done its job. But for now, at least, until the next one, my name is Daniel Mottram. I can't wait to catch up with you in the next video.